Who had coffee this morning? Good. Well, I did too, and I got to enjoy some coffee that I roasted myself. And just an interesting little fact, 25 million people worldwide, their lives depend on the coffee business, from farmers to baristas and to roasters like myself. I am going to talk to you today about coffee roasting. Coffee roasting has been around for thousands of years, and people have enjoyed coffee as a way of waking up in the morning and starting their day, and for many like myself, it's the favorite part of their day. So when a person in 2013, unlike many years ago, goes to roast beans, they have it's much easier to select. For me, I go to a guy in Kansas City who ships me down beans. Now, he gives me a choice of beans from different regions and different countries. I personally use Guatemalan, Panamanian, Indo-Sumatran, Peruvian, and Brazilian beans. And when you're picking out a bean, according to the art and craft of coffee, you'll have two choices, Arabica and Robusta. Arabica is known for its higher quality and or higher caffeine content. This is what most companies like Maxwell House, Folgers use, so that people can really get that little pick-me-up when they drink their coffee. Robusta is a bean that is high in flavor qualities. It's much easier to grow and it comes cheaper, but the flavor is actually far better than most Arabicas. Now, when buying beans, the beginner, according to Investopedia.com, who's going to buy in bulk, ought to keep track of the coffee prices on the commodity market, because coffee is second to oil as the most traded commodity in the world. So, for example, if you wanted a bean in the off season, which would be the summer, you would go to the wholesale broker of raw beans in the summertime and stock up on all your beans when prices are low, so that when winter comes around and sales are up, you can make a much higher margin. Now, to the process of roasting beans, I have a large 6-pound capacity roaster. So it's a large machine with a drum that rolls over open flames with the beans inside. When you turn on the machine, you want to make sure that all debris is clear, because the coffee roasting process puts off a lot of flaky, it's called chaff, that can get caught in some of the moving parts or into the burners itself. So maintaining your coffee roaster is very key. Once the inside of the drum gets up to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, I dump in 6 pounds of raw coffee beans, which will yield me a 5-pound batch of roasted beans because of the water or that comes out, which is called the shrink rate. I pull out to test my beans. There's a little device that you can pull out, and it'll give you 2 or 3 beans to look at. I do this at 400, 412, 420, and 435 degrees, depending on the medium or dark roast that I'm going for. Then, once you've hit the temperature, it's imperative to dump the beans into the cooling tray and turn on the vacuum underneath the cooling tray, which is a perforated circle so that cool air draws over the beans and cools them very quickly, so that the roast you intended is what stays and they don't roast after being dumped out. Now, to the company that I just acquired, I suppose. My company is called Flint Hills Coffee Traders, and we purchased 2 brands, one of which is Mountain Goat, the other is Panama Perk. And I was running a coffee roasting business for some friends who do restaurants in Kansas City, and had a chain of breakfast restaurants as well. And their business started to expand, and they couldn't give it the attention it needed, so I offered them for the equipment, and all of the customers besides them had no idea who they were. They just knew who I was, so all I had to pay for was the equipment for my business to make it easier to get my money back. And now I focus mainly on setting up wholesale accounts to offices, restaurants, hotels, basically anywhere coffee is sold, and I really enjoy it. And that is about coffee, or my coffee business and my life in coffee roasting. And I brought this for you.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.